I have a huge German SUV right in front of me, right here. It has been deemed by Mercedes and other German techs. It is mechanically totaled. Airbag suspension, beautiful brown leather interior, huge rims and tires, and a twin turbo V6 engine under the hood as well. What could this be? A GL 450 2016. And it has a bigger problem, and it can't even run. But can it? What's going on, everybody? You're watching GT Sam. I'm Sam, and I think we have a better idea of what might be happening with this beautiful GL 450 right behind me. Now, why do I think that I have this here? And I think we could go ahead and fix this. Well, I think there's a few things going on with this thing because I ran some codes, and I got all the bit and caboodle from all the people and the clients and the shops and everything like that. I know. I ran the codes, and it looks horrible. The engine sounds terrible, allegedly. Okay, fine. But knowing me, I know there's always an alternative, kind of like ulterior solution. Like, I'm not always convinced that it's just like, oh, yep, noise, code, this is what your problem is. It's never the clean cut. Why is it happening, and what other things are attributing to this? So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to show you today what I found out. But I will say, look at this leather, dark brown leather interior. It's so cool. All right, now, oh, you're going to love this backstory. Client said that someone convinced him to buy this vehicle from auction. First off, the majority of people in life should not be doing that. And so that's where I think they got screwed over for one thing. So not good. And, you know, then my client really just, it is terrible. So here we are. I'm here to help. And this is what GT Sam does. That's what we're all about here. Let's dig right into this. Engine. Great. Okay. Things kind of seem all right here. Actually, doesn't look too bad to work on with the V6 under here. Now, let's go ahead and kind of pop this out of the way here. We have codes on for, we got a couple of them. Now, we have, I know, two for both banks. It's the VVT, like the variable valve timing, cam actuator stuff. I'll put them on the screen right now, what they exactly are. Okay, and then you hear noise and clacking when you're starting the engine first time on cold initial start. I get it. Okay, chains, guides, and stuff like that. Probably, possibly, I'm not gonna say no, because it might be going out for sure. But we also have, for, I believe on the passenger side, a turbo wastegate actuator going bad. And we then also have a code for another one for something to do with like air. Is that what it was? Actually, I honestly kind of forget at this point. I have the codes. I'm gonna put it right here for you. But all these things in combination, something is very suspicious that could lead to not being a whole new engine. I don't think, for some reason in my mind, I don't think that like we have that issue. I know, crazy. Got the cover off here. There's a few things going on. So, for one thing, we have over in here, you see all this grease, grime and everything. Here's our variable valve, like magnets, both sides. Now these are collecting the magnets and on the magnets, all the good debris and stuff like that. Both the cam actuators, that's what they are. And greased up, gunked up the wazoo. Here we have this coolant pipe. This is, you see that? Busting up. All the coolant and like leaking out. Gross. So some kind of pressure back there, not working well. Again, we have the turbo sitting back here. I don't think I can reach the arm to actuate the wastegate. Can I? Is that it right there? Let's see. Do you hear that? They might have done these sensors on here. Okay, fine and dandy and all. But now if we have something wrong with the variable valve and actuators here, look at this grease and grime. Bad connection, wiring inside the magnets are all clogged up here. That could be a problem. Ah, yes. The other code was for the oil pressure sensor in the oil pan. Now these things go bad and corrode and kind of then just like can break apart and fail. And what happens, there's very special designs, not like oil pressure specifically. No, it's like on startup and when it's running, it varies for what it's giving you for oil pressure. So it's in the bottom of the pan, you take the pan off, you have to replace it that way. We don't have a good view at it, but we got a code for that. And so I'm like, okay. Now, let's paint you a picture here. The engine turns on, they say, and really loud sounds, clicking, clacking, things like that. And sounds terrible. Once it's warmed up, much better. Okay, makes sense. You got to get the oil flowing to make things feel good, sound good. Right. Now, why isn't the oil flowing, and why is it making that loud sound? One, the cam actuators, those magnets in the front there, clogged up with junk. Two, oil is not being flowing enough because the sensor is faulty or failing. Then it's not getting to the top, it's ruining the engine, ruining the lifters, valves, timing chain, all that stuff. That's why I'm making that noise. And then the turbo is going to have some weird sounds and issues too, because if it's not, have the wastegate actuator actuating properly and then letting off the exhaust gases, well, then you got some weird sounds and problems with boost and power. There's my theory. That's my thinking. It's pretty sound. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty sound. I mean, this coolant pipe here, well, it's gonna burst at any moment, so that just needs to be fixed anyways. But now, these Mercedes German techs that been working on this and checking it out, saying, oh, it's fine, doesn't really need anything, and three, man, that oil looks clean, oil's fine, we're not seeing anything wrong, this and that. Okay, here we go again. Another problem. Let's go break this down once again. These have timing chains. They can stretch, and I don't think anybody's taking the covers off the front to even just be like poke at the chains and look at the guides. And so guides are plastic. They're gonna crack and flake and break. I've seen this before, and you're not gonna see that really in an oil filter, or you need to take out the pan and then you're gonna see stuff, because that's where the action happens. You're not gonna see glitter and things like that. So that's another thing where it's like, okay, you kind of messed up again there. So again, we have that going on. So we're seeing a lot of things happening right here, right now. As you can tell, my thoughts are going, we're going pretty fast. It just doesn't make sense to me to be like, let's just take the whole engine and replace the whole thing, or let's do a whole timing service. Okay, timing service, I get it. We need to do those once in a while. Now, it could be timing because it's like, it does have like 160,000 miles on it. I know. But was the service done before in the past, or is this thing just beat the heck? Well, if this is the case and things are like this, then beat the heck, I would say. But can we save like $14,000 by doing my fixes and ideas instead of like just throwing in a whole new engine? Or if we have to do if we do timing, then the whole timing kit system on this thing, would that even matter? Because all these other codes are here as well. No, because we're gonna go right back into it. You're gonna have more damage to the engine. You're gonna have big problems if you don't fix the small issues that are causing these problems initially. Well, we're just gonna back to right the same spot we were. I lose, they lose, everybody loses. It wouldn't matter. That's my whole thought and explanation of this thing. Beautiful vehicle. I think we can really do a lot with this. I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna work really well. I'm hopeful. I'm telling these people, we ain't gotta spend a crap ton of money. Let's not go crazy here. So we're gonna start with the simple stuff first and check like everything that we can and go over it. So that's what I'm thinking. So we gotta go in here. I mean, first thing, like these things we gotta do is we got the man-made gaskets here, but at least if we take these actuators off, we can see inside, check the magnets, how clogged and dirty are they with junk and debris, and be able to give us the wrong information. If we clean them, what kind of new information they're gonna give us. So let's go ahead and see, if we go ahead and get this and diagnose a little bit further. So thank you for hanging with me so far. I know this is a lot, but you gotta think about this process the whole way, because I'm saving my money and my time, because I'm saving them money and their time. So it's a win-win all around. So stay with me, let's hop into this, see what we find. Really see what it sounds like. They're saying they're trying to start and everything like that. Sounds like garbage. I don't doubt it, but I need to hear what's going on here. This is just how it is. So I'm gonna let my phone hang out here so I can record this. Nothing happens there. Let's get my good old Anderman jump pack set up here, so I shouldn't have any problems starting this puppy up. All right. Oh, I'll go put my microphone over here too. Why not? Okay, I hear you. I definitely hear you. Jeez. That's pretty bad. They might have destroyed this thing before we can even start. We got this little actuator out, and it's as I suspected. The seal's on a shot. Dirty-wise, I mean, clean it, but this isn't anything crazy bad. Unless there was some kind of internal resistance gone bad or something gone rogue, then that'd be different. But other than that, it looks okay from here. To get this whole cover off, you do have to pry off all this RTV and things like that. Is it worth my time? Well, no, I don't think so. And it probably, depending on like the fate of this engine, it's probably just not even worth it, really. So yeah, this thing is just very it's kind of shooting out oil all over the place because it's so weak. Probably same with all of these, honestly. Oil is a little over full, which is kind of weird and suspicious right there. It says check coolant level as well. Again, another weird thing. A lot of weird things happening around here. It doesn't really make sense again, but this was an auction car, so anything's possible. As we move along here, this is back in place. So I took out the sensor here. On top, it had a lot of fine metal goo in there, but inside this connector here, you can see the fine line of oil, and that's suspicious too, because this not oil supposed to be in a connector. So it's all right, well, we have this sensor now. It's got oil. It's probably going bad. These things are maybe shorting out, going bad over time. And then we have a coolant issue. Then we got the turbo issue. Then we got, it just kind of keeps going. And it's telling me there's no it's a check coolant level. But technically the coolant level is good. And then the sensor right here, I would imagine it's probably going crapo. I mean, have you seen this? There's probably a clog in here or something like that. But that's not for us to also investigate, because we're not here to make a mess. It keeps getting better and better, really. But if we come down here too, you're not going to be able to see it from here, but if you shine a light and right on that guide there, I'm not going to lie to you people, I see cracking up the wazoo. But that doesn't really matter, because it's still there. And it's just we would get some kind of better results than just cracking. Something else would happen. But it could be as bad as bottom end rods in the bearings. Kind of sounds like a piston slapping away. Oh yeah, my bad. Coolant's over here. Whoopsies. But yeah, we're low. Again, why? Head gasket? Maybe. Oil is pretty darn over full. All very suspect. All very suspect indeed. Or it's just leaking out all over the place like we have right here, which is very possible. So, anyways, calling into Calvary, it's time. I'm going to contact my guy, Sam, to see what's the pricing going to be for a used engine to put in this behemoth. Can we get below 14, 15 grand? I don't know. We'll see. This is a hunk of a job. Not a V8. Honestly, not the worst thing to work on. Better than BMW. I will give it that. Thank you, Mercedes. So, let's see what my guy says. We'll go from there. But I'll put this back together. I will say I'm smelling some suspicious smells like the Jag. You remember that thing from Pittsburgh, right? Yeah, so I would say, yeah, bearings of some sort. I'm not going to check the oil filter. Don't really need to. Don't really want to. People have done that in the past before, and they said, there's nothing wrong there. I don't know about that. Something must have really grenaded very quickly, very fast, very badly. So this is where we're at now. This is how it is. So this is not worth the time, unfortunately. Mercedes, it's better than BMW. I could say that. And so with that, we got to go ahead and see what the client wants to do on this vehicle, because I'm not just going to rip it apart and start replacing all timing components when we can't even do that. And it's not supposed to, because everything else is jacked up on the vehicle. So we'll wait back, hear from them, and I might dig in a little bit more, do a little more diagnostics. I'll take you along the way once I find out a little bit more. So guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a thumbs up right there. Make sure you subscribe down below for more content quite like this and much more. And if you have any comments or questions about this, if you had experience like this or heard things like this on your Mercedes, please let me know. Comments down below. Did you save it? Is it not savable? Anything like that. Let's go for it. I want to hear your thoughts and everything. And also, if you want any of the tools that we used on this video and this vehicle, check out the links down below. Also, merch store for shirts like this, V-neck, beautiful. And it's, hey, green, white, red, Christmas time. What better way could you go? Amazing. But guys, after that, thank you so much for watching. Once again, this is GT Sam. I'm going to catch you next time.